Maminko Ahomano Sona Mene Openi Adams Bonnah or your security expert and more and come more. Bonnah what time come high?
Yeah, Captain Smart, Major also.
Now, what are my baby aboko there?
Baby aboko, Captain.
Quickly, video be call round President, baby or TBA presidential days. Now, what's for your Jina ho? Roads Minister Jina and Chain, Greater Accra Regional Minister Jina and Chain. Yadisika be shedding somebody a shedding bottom. What was that video no? What do you say?
Oh, before I sabi Captain Smart, Obeba studio, I'm on the camera. I see you so no. A lot of things that take place. More rehearsal, more yanyama bebre. And before you be painty, wash your color. I had the Obeba transeno. And no, and I got for person. And yeah, you can't say, said they paint to him, and they said, no, all Ghanaians want is how Captain Smart Sebi or appear to the general public. And so I may use that analogy to tell you that everything around the president must be rehearsed. Everything around the president must be planned. Everything say and so on Sebi and Obenom ewo you can't say baby ojina so no mun so all of it must be envisaged say ni basic. But unfortunately akwa say omo Bonnah who buying around him his close you can't say protection units dodo na they were boys around. And so they co-opt them in no formal training, no nothing. So in a situation like this, the state is going to be embarrassed. But we take it like that because then whoever is in charge of state protocol by this time should have been fired. The people should have suffered. And because you don't do that. You do not do that. Even the minister sitting there, when the guy came, should have envisaged this. No, you can't do that. You can't do that. They would have just told him, no, you can't do that. Because they are supposed to ensure that at every given point, the president is seen in the eye of the public to be truly presidential. But it doesn't look anywhere closer to presidential. And he went to commission, you kind of saying, the flower pot flyover. And yeah, no near discuss you. And then Sika edition in same near discussing. It's the reason why the president must always look even when he's dying, he's supposed to look presidential in death. But unfortunately, and it is a whole course you must undertake. It's a whole program you must undertake. But unfortunately, who is almost say, did you do any course in terms of VVIP or in terms of presidential security? No, they just brought them in and they try to learn on the job. And so sometimes the reason why when they invite me into a program where the president is coming, I hesitate because they look too disorganized. They're payashe in the Western world. There are times I've been president, those days President Obama or even Trump. Or Nampaki so na obine nere obi ye wedding normal kwa kopie so dinyi na ye calculated is that to make the president look presidential no. So for me, Captain Smart, but it tells you that too much disorganization, too much people who are not trained are doing what they purport. They are doing what they are not supposed to be doing. So unfortunately, like I said, almost say. Have you gone through any training? And these trainings, most of these trainings, when you do them, it is not a training that people should even know that you have undertaken this training. It is what usually they will say the Secret Service training. Secret Service training, if I undertake a Secret Service training, you are not supposed to know. But many and a better say, Obi training. So when you see them, say these people, they don't know what they are doing. There was a time I was call when the old lady died, the vice president's mother died. Omo fire musketry. They came so close to the vice president and were firing the musketry. So, Mr. Wodio, I have the videos. I was there. They came vice president and they were firing musketry. And to my friend in close protection, and someone said, you people, do you know what you are doing? You see, the musketry is supposed to be powder. But what if the person has put pellets in it? Not Jenny and someone. What do you do? Then I call some of the police and say, drive all of them 100 meters away from the vice president. And like I'm saying, when you, these trainings, you see, in security, these trainings are not trainings you do and you even out your profile. But unfortunately, these guys will be sana. And so they are on money and they will say, no, these people, they are really not trained. They are not cut for that job. But unfortunately, sana kwa kobane. And so, well, that is, it is what it is, Captain Smart.
Now, sir, at Toda, Yenim sir President Movia, and ye Abanya Bia Nesso Dietre, a head of the National Protocol Department, Ankasa, and Assessor Udisa, a domino, Anno. Washa, your friend Chief Protocol, who said they.
Chief Protocol Officer.
Yes, who on ye say Ankasa.
Oh, now, when him said back, no call retirement, you know, there was some on the international stage. There was a mess. Told me a feed the incident. It was a total mess.
Yeah, Mikaipa.
I think we spoke about that.
Yeah, sure.
There was the on the international stage, complete mess. And some of us spoke about it and said, you know, these things are things that we should be doing. So whoever is in charge of state protocol, you should know the time the president is arriving. Maya Mureki, Bunim said, Adie, you know you are going to be there, you know, maybe a month ago, 6 months ago. You should begin to put in measures. Presidential protection, Captain Smart, is a whole, as a movie, mucha movies. It's a whole movie with director, with lightning. It's so the president only appears. You see him on the screen. Like I used you to equate before Betina said to the Sians, Alba said, you know, Ghanaians are not interested. All they want is Captain Smart Ekasa, Obiatibi, Uhun videos, Uhun TV, so or backlit position in the air, lights and Uhun shadows. It is so rehearsed. And those who do them either have learned it well through education, training, but the state protocol, when you answer, but ideally, you don't expect uniform officers don't do this job. Uniform officers don't do this. You watch in the advanced countries and see those who are in charge of these things. You see those who are in charge of these things. But unfortunately, Nipano tre biceps kakra, that's the muye do kakra. O say ya o munye dui. Oh, you can't do this job. But they are the people. Guy now, Olidi, Mayukun Osama bin Laden. He's about your size.
That's right.
But he's one of the most intelligent military generals of this generation. He's about your size. And I will look for the photo and send it to you. It's about your size. But you see, we equate intelligence in terms of security to biceps or you kind of saying or cocoa no, it doesn't work that way. And so when you see this, and we have to say, could we not have avoided this? Didn't anyone know that you can't give out money, whether it's 1 cedi to the president in public? You can't do that. Didn't they know? There's a way you do it. There's a way you do it. You either would have to come, or would you hand over the bag to Abia? Asensu was there. A bag goes to Asensu. He takes the bag, and then while they are there, the bag is given to the president. Nobody knows what is in the bag. It could be maybe his medication. It could be anything. But unfortunately, like I'm saying, VVIP lesson 101, they missed it. And me, so I'm very careful when I sit behind it at the vice president. You are invited into a program. Now, baby, I sit at a high table now, because then mine is that the BBC, the way they are disorganized, the high table will be cleared first. The high table will be cleared first because they will not know where to attack from. They themselves and so they will know Mankasa are a danger to themselves. So for me, Captain Smart, it's despicable, but what can I say? And these things, the state must pay for these things in kind and in cash. Because of more on state in Aboka. And, we are paying dearly for what the Gulf, but but unfortunately, who is going to act? Nobody. I mean, tomorrow you see them do. I have seen worse things, Captain Smart. Most of it didn't come on TV. I've seen worse things because usually you are invited into a program which you are cheap, and you see some of the things. Recently, I was in a meeting. I was somewhere. A Kunya vice president, Babet Naso. A Kunya no nye papa. What to the making? Papa.
Nye papa says. A
Kunya no.
Nye papa.
Nye papa. I can't say. What's the name of these people? Event if we are Kunya nibi. Na Kunya no. When that Kunya ne so no. Both be a mum. A Kunya mudi see when you swing na both in mubum. And to say the Kunya ni see one na then when that so no. Form that we need that so no. Now a move. And to say, Obi Babet National Wonima, one say you perform. So I quickly had to draw one of them's attention. Say, the old man is coming. This chair, Munshena Ekonyano, make sure because the chair looks good, but someone should have come to test this chair properly, shake it to see whether this chair. But I didn't see it, and I'm just telling you, this is a recent experience. It's a recent experience. Less than 1 month experience on make us road. And I think I actually might, let me just keep it that way. And these are things I'm talking about. The president, vice president, you can say chief, CJ, any the speaker, they are not in charge of home security. No. They are not. Never. Somebody's work is to ensure that 24/7, say bibi no omukakwe wo baby a obi adwuma ne so be start put in place measures say say yade a omuwo 2 weeks notice that someone should begin to check. But unfortunately, I've been in several meetings that I was invited, and the president too was supposed to give a speech, and maybe you sit close and you see a lot of things. And that who am I to say it?
Well, what shall one handle president? Senior protocol officers no one way the president chiko na senka by na den akesi yenye omodai.
Oh, I just think that someone should have lost it. Someone should have been fired because it is either the close protection units refuse to listen to the state protocol guys. You see, the state protocol guys are different from usually some of the close protection. Close protection be president before be the president. Onua won nko ofu bia na omdi di nechin kakra no be president. And why president you no oju omudi. But they are supposed to toe the line of state protocol. They are supposed to toe the line of national security. That is their work. And so at the moment, mine is that somebody should have said, "Edumano minye krebium." Ne bisa no say because they see fed and me resign, and my reason is that Sankofo ye to omofo, but omontie. And no, they would have opened that can of worms. Now ye nyina ye di ho abobo said they be in future. If there are others who want to do the same, they will know that if you are advised or you are trained to do ABC, that's why you are going to be in trouble. Also, the make an say.
Try. Now, I feel my found free president D so na Onua. My name's UTA press conference. The communications officer of the National Democratic Congress, Sami Jemfi, leveled a very serious, I will call it an allegation, against the GOC, our Ashanti region, Brigadier General Mike Opoku, Sir. Ono the edikaino or tete and crofo use military facility na a training vigilante the be was to try no more pictures near there afedi tosu mienu and say Ashanti region no on a early front na a tuo near there wo ho a wo de be masa ankrofo na polling stations ahodo na e Ashanti region no wo matimi akọ akoye basabasa menim se wuti ya na wote ya na wo kan ya.
Oh yes, they monitor a press conference, and the truth is that Captain Smart, whether you like it or not, Opoku was part of Ayawaso West Wagon. So Mufidi Emma Yena Yemu, the course for Ayawaso West Wagon. And so maybe the NSA, I cannot say it is not true. I can also tell you that me, as an individual with a team, I have gone around all of these security facilities across the country, all the 16 regions of the country. I finished it with my team around last Saturday. And so what I can say is that, you see, unfortunately for some of the officers, whatever is going on, and I share information. I can tell you that on the 12th of November, Misumi Bisa say, was there any meeting among some leaders from Parliament on the part of the MPP who were in the Western region, who visited the 2BN, the CEO of 2BN in the Western region? It's a question I'm asking.
Hey.
On the 12th.
12th of November, yeah.
On the 12th of November, yes.
Okay.
Were they there? Did we have some of the leaders visiting and they were hatching some, they were plotting certain things? And those of them who were, some of them who were in the meeting actually have shared the information with someone. I have it. I have this information. Today, as I speak to you, tons of information. And so, unfortunately for them, whatever is going on is also their own, some of their men are sending this information. But the Americans say, for Brigadier General Yekanison Opoku, it is very important, say, the military themselves should come out and deny that he's not involved. The military, the high command, the military force, Yekanison, the chief of army staff, the chief of army staff should come, he should come out and say, he should come out and say that it is not true. Because if the entire military command in the Ashanti region has been called out, 24 hours almost, no statement from them. It speaks volumes. Now, I mean with the military, but I work within the space. And you work with picking intel here and there. Who am I to say what Samijan Fee said is not true? Omunanke said either they come to confirm and say they have removed him, or they come to deny and say that NC. But they've kept quiet 24 hours. It doesn't breed the confidence we all want going into 2024 elections. And to me, they're Captain Smart, the American is there. The information I have, maybe if I put it out there, I don't think, but we have to manage the information that is coming.
Wow.
We have to manage them. Yes, I'm telling you. You ask, I would want the 2BN, the person in charge of 2BN, the commanding officer, to say that on the 12th of November, whether there was no meeting where certain things were put together now, on the 12th of November.
What can certain things tell us what we need to hear and keep the rest.
Some deployment to help. You see,
some deployment to help them.
Some deployment to help.
To help them.
To help the ruling government. Some deployment to help. What did I make an answer? Some deployment to help. Mine is that it's not everything I want to put out, but I'm questioning why such a thing should be taking place. And I have it. I have every information. Maybe I'll share it with you.
I'll be very glad.
It will be you will receive it with the date and everything. I'll share it with you. I was in a meeting and I came out, but I'll share with you. And because some of us have the defense intelligence, the military intelligence, who are sharing information all from every quarters. And so mine is that it is better these things are not done, so that you see we all go into the elections. Who differs are ready, then we all go and rest. But where these things are coming up, and for 24 hours there's a press conference from the largest opposition government accusing the incumbent party and the incumbent government that something untoward is being planned, and we don't hear anything. And we know that COAS is feuding with CDS. We know it is open knowledge, and I picked up this information long before both of them got to that position. I picked that information long before COAS became COAS and CDS became CDS. But eventually, when they were put in those positions, the feud continued. And so mine is, we cannot have a military that is at loggerheads with itself. The current military is divided. They are at loggerheads with itself. COAS is feuding, or the two of them are disagreeing.
Sir, Mr. Adam Bonnah Kakwas, na yanu mehuni pakuno chief of army staff. And ochim say onone soldier for penny power down man no. Cha, ti say don't know kacho no. Omuntemu ngo bako. Ohene to aso.
Exactly. E can blows and come better. And when your baby and two blows such Jubilee House no more. And so mine is that you see when these things are happening, it means you cannot have a military that has its front. You know the ones who, you see, CDS is more ceremonial. COAS is in charge of the men. Onua be CDS only a ceremonial. And so maybe the end say the two of them, whether ceremonial or the guy who is supposed to be the technocrat, supposed to be doing the work, they are supposed to. But unfortunately, I'm not one here. People will take advantage of the division. And we revere the military. And like I was telling you, 2BN, Mesodia check it. Say, did we have some people send you messages? No, I would want them to deny or to confirm. I think it is not good. It's a question I'm asking. They should say yes or no. On the 12th, whether such a meeting took place. It's very important. Whether such a meeting took place. And so, and there are several of them from the northern sector, from Ashanti region, from there. So before Sami Jemfi came to speak, you see, for some of us are in a privileged position. So you pick intel every day, daily. Intel, daily you have. Many say people will be sending information. And they are uniform officers. Some from the military police, some from here, some from here, some from here. So for me, I think that so for me, I think that what Sami Jemfi said, I will call on the military high command. I know the president or no the commander in chief or no Safwani Kutano. That means so no the onkasa Eugene. He wants to be empty. And but the army continues to have a public affairs directorate. And but to leave it that way is to tell us that, well, the Mumujimbia carry on, which is not very good, Captain Smart.
Eja, Mamenda was said, na BBSC Etria, Patro Mesato Safreo.
Yo, Mr. Madam was said.
Adam Bonnah. And I would say, Meneno, Edi, Encomono. Na, Mebaho, you remember no successia, na fe, yet me.
Onua 95.1 FM. Yeah, General.